Good day buddies, hope you're always doing well. In today's video, we're doing some quick DIY and upgrades on our Bornean queenless ant colony. Or scientifically, diacamma. Though on this update, we should be moving them on this new DIY vertical nest, which looks similar to their old one, except for the water tower at the middle. We're abandoning the move here, since we found a little problem on their prototype setup. That it made their growth rate hindered for some time. I'll give you more details about that problem later. I'll start by making my own enclosure, by using acrylic glass, and acrylic cement as adhesive. But you can also use any ready-made ones available for you. Anyway, here on the channel we've already made a variety of DIY ant farms, or nest. But I still haven't showed you on how I do my soil, or dirt setups. Which is the simplest, and easiest way of making an ant farm. I just don't put dirt on container, we do additional simple ways to make it more secure. And better for our colonies to live in. In the dirt setup, the biggest problem that might our colony face is some harmful mites or organisms if we don't sterilize the soil. Another one is the collapsing tunnels, or chambers that might accidentally kill the queen on the process. Whether we like it or not, that will happen on any soil setup. Sooner or later. To prevent that from happening, we can mix something to the substrate like rocks, or driftwoods. They will greatly prevent the collapse of chambers. The only problem on woods is they're too mold prone, especially if they're under the substrate. So, I prefer using rocks instead. We can just set the rocks normally, or stack them. So the ants can nest under, or in between them. Just creating a more durable tunnels in the process. But what I additionally do buddies is glue the rocks together. To totally prevent the collapsing of chambers made of rocks. This way we can also create more room in between, and under for nesting. We just need a super glue and some cottons, to securely join the rocks even on crevices. While doing this, we can already see how much room we made for the colony. We don't need to fill every gaps with cotton, as the ants would love to use those extra gaps to travel around the nest. We can make a single chunk with lots of space inside, and under. Or just small multiple group of rocks, that we can stack together. Here, I'm going for one big chunk. Since I already think the rooms we created, is more than enough for the colony. Anyway, making rock chambers also works well on bioactive, or planted setups buddies. The rocks will be a good stronghold for the plant roots. Aside from the soil that will be busy with the tunnels. I already used this method to several planted ant setups, as we can see here. Anyway, this enclosure is originally designed for arboreal ants, so we got a little height. But since we're using it on terrestrial species, we're just simply laying it horizontally. I'm setting a thin layer of activated carbon in the base, for filtration. Since this will not be a planted setup buddies, I'm only using a mixture of dirt and cocoa peat in 1:1 ratio. We'll surely be doing another video for the planted setup soon. We're just watering it, and move the colony next. Just a little tip on hydrating the nest, it's always best to water around the rocks. As they will serve as roofs, preventing the ant tunnels to collapse. Don't worry cause the water will surely spread to the substrate in time. And about how much water should we give? Wet only about 20 to 25% of the soil from the top, we can see it on the sides. That amount will be enough to make the substrate moist evenly, as later the water will surely slowly go down. Remember, we don't need to water until it reaches the bottom, as that will be too much. We just need it moist, not too wet. Anyway, before we introduce the colony, welcome back, buddies. And for those new to the channel, you're also welcome to DColonyyt. Just several minutes after the introduction of the colony, the workers started to dig for a new nest. Chip by chips, little by little, working together. On my mind, I can see how much they missed digging on a soil. This excavation project will surely continue overnight, buddies, so let's give them something that can provide them energy here. Look at the workers as they try to cut a piece of it, to share with their sisters currently working underground. Cause this species, buddies, can't do trophallaxis, so they need to carry the liquids on between their mandibles. Or much simpler, to get a chunk for easier delivery. Oh my. Another one. Let's just pretend we didn't see that. Anyway, the next morning, the colony migration is done. So we gave them a meal, to celebrate their new home. If you remember, this colony, buddies, had the prototype of self-feeding out world. That's working fine, and we'll be showing you that on the next video. Just have some issue that need an upgrade to solve. Which results on what I've told you earlier, buddies, whom slowed the growth rate of the colony. It's just that the critters on the self-feeding out world accessed the nest, creating disturbance to the colony which hindered their growth. We'll be discussing, and fixing that on their next video. Updating, and upgrading their self-feeding out world. And before we end the video, I would like to say thank you so much to our buddies supporting the channel. Especially to our buddy Mototechi7362 for always helping the channel. I really do appreciate it a lot, buddy. Thank you. I just hope you have learned something from this video, guys. Be a genie for the first time, by granting my wish and tapping the like and share button, that would help a lot. This is DColonyyt, saying goodbye. For now. But hoping to see you on my next videos.